Hi and welcome to today's episode in which we make some after dinner drinks in the dishwasher. Been thinking about doing these two recipes for a while now. Don't know why I haven't got around to it, but today's the day. I'm going to make limoncello, which is typically a vodka-based drink flavoured with citrus, with lemon. And then I'm also going to make some coffee tequila. So if you've had Cafe Patron, it's that kind of thing. So they're both very sweet, very full flavoured little boozy drinkies. The usual way of making flavoured spirits is to put everything in a jar and then leave it out of the way for a few weeks so everything infuses. There's a chain of vodka bars in the UK called Revolution, and years ago, like 15, 20 years ago maybe, I was speaking to one of their bartenders. He said the way that Revolution do their flavoured vodkas is to crush down candy, put it in the vodka bottle, and then run that through the glass washer a few times. The heat melts the candy down, and then the heat also helps infuse things quite quickly. So that's what we're going to do. So hopefully we're going to go from basic spirits to gorgeous liqueurs in less than 2 hours. These will make great little drinks for yourself, but I also thought it might make nice little gifts, especially as we're coming up to the holiday season. So, you know, if you get a nice bottle, little ribbon and a handwritten note, you know, that kind of thing makes a treasured gift. I'm going to use a couple of mason jars for this one. I would recommend getting some really good quality jars if you want to do this. Because of the heat, there's going to be a pressure build-up, and if you're using a cheap jar, it might crack or even explode. So it's worth investing in, some things that are used for canning and preserving. They're going to be really tough, hardy glass. Let's do the limoncello first. I've done the limoncello before in the dishwasher, but it was 10 years ago and I can't remember how to do it. So I've been looking online and everywhere's saying to do it, infuse the vodka with the lemon peel and do something else with the juice, and then to add water. I'm not adding the water because I just think if I want it diluted, I'll dilute it at the time rather than storing a big bottle of half water. That just seems crazy. And if I want to dilute it at all, because I might not. So I've already peeled 4 lemons of this size. These are massive ones, I picked them up from Costco. The bigger the lemon, obviously the more peel you're gonna get, which is great. But if you can only get the small ones, that's fine. The best ones to use these are the Amalfi lemons. That's what they use in Italy, where the spirit originates from. If you've got one, I'd advise using a speed peeler, because what happens is you take off just the peel and it leaves the pith behind, which is the white bit. The pith is very bitter, so it's going to affect the flavour of the spirit. If you haven't got a peeler, just use a small paring knife, that kind of thing. Peel off as thin a slice as you can, and then if you have to, flip it over, and then almost like you're skinning a fish, take the pith off that way. If you get little tiny bits of pith, it's okay, but you really want to get out as much as you can. So I just put the peeler on, and then pull it back, and you can see I've got peel there, but there's almost no pith on there. That's the outside of it. So I'm just going to repeat that all over this lemon. And if you can, try and find unwaxed lemons. I know it's not always easy, but you just get none of the wax in there. There we go. And we've got mostly naked lemon. I'm just going to make this up as I go along rather than following a recipe, because all the recipes I found have got the water in there. So I'm going to do 500 mils of vodka. I might have to top it up with gin. I don't have as much vodka as I thought I did. And then I think I'll do 200 grams of sugar. And if that's not enough, when I come to taste it, I can add a bit more in then, but I'd rather it be undersweet than oversweet. I'm using golden castor sugar in this. You do want to have quite a fine grain sugar. I think it's super fine sugar in the States, but it's just going to make it much quicker to dissolve rather than using any bigger ones like granulated sugar. I'm going to take half of it out, put the lemon peel in, put the vodka in, and then if there's any room, I'll put the rest of the sugar. I'll start adding the lemon peel. I might break the bits down slightly smaller, just so it fits better in the jar. I'll cut the lemon peel down a bit. So the lemon peel and the sugar are in the jar. I might just give that a shake. I don't know if it's necessary, but let's see how much vodka we can get in there. I had 450 mils of the vodka, so I topped up with 50 of the gin. Pour the vodka in. There's the vodka in with the peel and stuff. I might give that a shake and then see if I can get that other 100 grams of sugar in. I'm going to taste it at this point, see if it needs that extra sugar. I won't be able to get the full effect of the sweetness because there is still a bit undissolved, but it'll give me a hint. So that might be okay actually. Still got a bit of a to it. But yeah, I think that's going to be fine. Onto the tequila. 100 grams of the golden castor sugar again. I use ground coffee in this one, using Taylor's Ground Brasilia. It's not too intense, it's 4 on their little scale that goes up to 7, but it has got quite a nice deep flavour to it. It says on here, hints of walnut and chocolate. So I think that'll be a nice one. This isn't something to be doing with instant coffee. Just don't do it, okay? I mean, if you have to, do it, but it's not going to taste very good. This little scoop measures out about 13.5 grams of ground coffee. So I think I might do 4 of these. If it ends up not being strong enough in coffee flavour when I come to taste it, I can always mix up a batch of very strong coffee and then just add the liquid into there. Give it a shake, it should be fine. I'm going to add in a little bit of cocoa powder just to boost that flavour a little bit. Just gives a really nice intensity. I'm just going to do, I think, a teaspoon, something like that. A teaspoon of cocoa. And then I'm going to add in a tablespoon of vanilla extract, just again to boost up some flavour there. Do 500 mils of tequila again. I've opted for fairly cheap spirits on this one. I just don't see the value in using really expensive spirits and then adding loads of flavour in there. Just seems like a bit of a waste of money. Pour that in. So there's the mixture all together. Give that a good shake. I'm going to wrap these in cling film just in case anything does happen, if they leak or if they explode or anything. I just want to contain anything in a bit of a sealed unit. All sealed in. Over to the dishwasher. Putting them in the top rack, and then this side's got like a little ledge almost, so then that's going to keep the tops elevated a little bit. Don't know if that's necessary, but that's what I'm doing. I'm going to do this on the intensive setting, which is about 70 degrees C. That's just the hottest setting it'll go. Yeah, so that's going to take 115 minutes, which is like 1 hour 55. I didn't put any detergent in there. I mean, I know the things are sealed, but yeah, and there's only plates in there, and if there's any watermarks on glasses, I can get those out later. I just wasn't sure if it'd be a good idea to put soap in with it all. Probably overcautious, but better to have dirty plates than undrinkable booze. I might shake those twice, maybe 2-3 times, every half an hour, something like that, just to mix everything around, make sure everything's equally infusing. What I'll probably do is wrap it in a tea towel to make it easy to hold, and then probably just rotate the jar a couple of times rather than shaking it. Just do a very careful, deliberate motion, just so the pressure in there doesn't get too excited and explode in my face. So we'll see you back in a little bit. The dishwasher's finished, so let's have a look. I'm just going to lay some towels down because water's got inside the cling film, so when I unwrap it, I just want to have the ability to mop all of that water up. Because both of the liqueurs have got bits in them, especially the coffee one, it's got all those coffee grounds in it, I'm going to sieve them. Now I had initially thought maybe let it cool down and then sieve it, but because of the sugar it's going to go really viscous and perhaps be a little bit more difficult to sieve. So I'm going to do it while it's hot. That is going to stop the infusion earlier, but yeah, I think it's going to be the safest way of doing it. So let's have a look. So you can see there's some liquid inside the cling film, but I don't think that's, it just smells like water. So you can see everything's melted. So there's my jar of yum. And you can see the colour of the liquid's lovely and yellow. The funnel I use has got a really fine sieve on there. I'm going to open this with my face away from it. Pure lemon heaven. So I've ended up with a bottle and a shot glass full. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with these lemon peels. I don't know if I can do anything with them, but it feels like a shame to just throw them away. So I've just noticed there's a great big clump of sugar there. I'm going to very gently shake it. The liquid's still hot, so I'm hoping that's going to be enough to melt those sugar crystals down. I don't know why I didn't see that. That's frustrating. I'm already getting a lovely froth on there, which bodes well considering I'm going to make an espresso margarita with them. I'll get a nice foamy top on there. Ooh-wee. Because that's got the coffee grounds in, it's taking ages to filter down, so I'm just going to move it around with a spoon just to help that along. So it's left with a sludge, like you get in your cafetiere out of the bottom of the cup. These are going to be much better once they're chilled right down to that icy cold, and then you're going to get a much sort of thicker mouthfeel, and the flavour will sort of develop and settle down a little bit. But just to see if it needs any more sugar, limoncello. To say that's just pure booze with stuff in it. It's not too aggressive. That's very nice. Maybe do more lemon. I saw a recipe that said 5 lemons to 750 of vodka and I think 700 of water. So I thought, well, 5 lemons for 500 mils of vodka, that'd be enough. But yeah, I think it could take more. I juiced down the lemons and put some in ice cube trays, froze that down. I think put one of the lemon juice ice cubes in a glass and pour the limoncello over it. That's going to be incredible. Very zingy and potent little drink. Coffee. I'm excited for this one. It smells incredible. Wow, that flavour is ridiculous. Despite me putting it through that really fine sieve, it does taste a touch grainy, but I think once it's settled in the bottle, I think that'll be absolutely fine. You'll just get the sediment at the bottom. Oh, but the flavour. The cocoa and the vanilla just really enhance the flavour. You can't taste either of them, but they just really add some depth and roundness to the flavour. Wow. That's a dangerous little discovery, isn't it? They're going to be lovely just as liqueurs on their own. So once they're chilled, just sipping on that after dinner or watching TV, something like that. They're going to be delicious on their own. The coffee tequila, what I'm going to do with that is make espresso margaritas. So I do 2 parts. So say one of those of the tequila, another one of those either of plain tequila or even vodka to make it a bit lighter, and then either half to a full one of those of cold coffee. Shake it over ice and then pour it into like a coupe glass or a martini glass. Shaking cocktails over ice can kind of dilute the flavour, especially with the coffee one. So I've frozen some coffee. I've only just put them in so they're still very liquid. Shake the cocktail over that and it's just more intense coffee flavour. Wow, it's incredible. With the limoncello, perhaps shake that with gin. So do one of these of limoncello, one of these with gin. You could perhaps garnish that with a lemon slice or a twist of the peel. You could perhaps muddle that down. If you get some fresh raspberries, maybe even frozen raspberries, muddle it down with the limoncello, and then again shake it, and then pour it out again into a martini glass. If you've got Prosecco or even soda water, you could do like a little spritz kind of thing. So one of those of limoncello and then top the rest up with something fizzy. That'd be very tasty. I wonder if you maybe even put that with Coke. That might be quite tasty. Oh, there's so many ideas and things to try. Ooh. Hit subscribe and tap the bell icon for more ideas of how you can keep warm during those chilly winter months. And then head over to this one.